Good afternoon on what is a mild, grey and cloudy day. It is Wednesday the 13th of March and I'm in the reading up with a nice hot cup of tea and a parcel to unbox, which has come all the way from Exalted Funeral. So let's get this open. Material. And below, the first thing I have is a very chunky 20-sided die, and the bearer of this book is entitled to Unlimited Hours of Interplanetary Ray Gun Robustness, Rocket Ship Recreation, and rompery in the universe of Dr. Grordbort. There we go. There's my signed book plate. And underneath that, I have a Dr. Grordbort Industries dice bag. So you're getting the feel of what's in this box. And we have the official Grordbortian Mastermind screen. The Dr. Grordbort's Field Guide to Malfunctions. So we can just look at that. So essentially, it includes artillery, biofiddlery, gadgetronics, heavy machinery, light weapons, Martian glass, and robotery. So there's the contents page. And here we've got the misfortunes tables for artillery and biofiddlery, gadgetronics, heavy machinery, light machinery, light weapons, Martian glass, and robotery. I think that is it. So let's have a look at the screen. I should say the Grordbortian Mastermind screen. The knife out again. Let's cut my way through the cellophane wrapping. So attention purveyors of fine retro-futuristic pulp sci-fi role-playing gamery, keep your nefarious schemes and deadly plots well hidden from the prying eyes of your players with this high-tech 3-panel 100% non-see-throughable screening device featuring scintillating art on the front to keep your players thoroughly mesmerised and heaps of useful information on the back to keep you looking well like the well-prepared genius that you are. The Grordbortian Mastermind screen is an indispensable addition to your scientific adventuring kit. Plastic off. What you can see is Dr. Grordbort's Scientific Adventure Violence. So there's the front of the screen, and on the back you've got a basic section of like the conditions, general kind of roles there, and ouch bonk, 8 technology types, and fuel and ammunition, healing, artillery and heavy machinery, generating Tupney equipment. So all the tables you need to run a game set in Dr. Grordbort's alternative past. So what else have we got in here? There is an enamel pin. Let's see if I can. There we go. That's a better view of it. There we go. Goes with the dice. We have Dr. Grordbort Onslaught, Excessive Space Violence for Girls and Boys. I've already done unboxing of that, so that's extra. and Dr. Grordbort's infallible ether oscillators. Dr. Grordbort's industry is not liable for damages incurred through the use of its products, whether said damages are real, whatever that means, imagined, most likely, or grievous and disfiguring. Well, let's not be dramatic, and this is a dice tray. But what you want to have a look at is Dr. Grordbort's Scientific Adventure Violence, a role-playing game setting and supplement compatible with 5th edition and 5th edition 5.E. So, the age of scientific adventure is here! Blast off into a retro-futuristic pulp sci-fi cosmos bursting with ray guns, rocket ships and robots, and did we mention ray guns? Based on the comics art and universe invented by the Wētā Workshop's Greg Broadmore, this is a unique and comprehensive guide to the creating outlandish interplanetary adventures compatible with the 5th edition and 5th and a half editions of some game with dragons and other silly scientifically unfounded elements. Packed with more than 400 illustrations by Broadmore and Wētā Workshop artists, this technological tome features all 10 5th edition character classes, but scientized, plus 5 known species and 20 new backgrounds to choose from. 125 plus ray guns, gadgets, gizmos, armor, and adventuring gear. 26 vehicles from tanks and rockets to walkers and airships, plus rules for air-to-air, space-to-space, and orbit-to-ground combat. 61 creatures, 26 NPCs, and several factions vying for power. 8 bizarre and powerful technology types, each with their own unique malfunctions table. I've already seen, here to look at those. 4 worlds to explore, each with its own atmospheric conditions, secrets, and plot hooks, plus guidance on creating adventures in the great beyond. Grab your ray gun, strap in, and blaze your smoking, likely radioactive trail through the solar system. Let's have a look inside. Find the knife to get that split a bit further. There we go. There. So you've got a fantastic cover. And then inside table of contents and a content warning. The Dr. Grordbort Scientific Adventure Violence is a tabletop role-playing game setting and equipment for adults, specifically and crucially, adults not offended by satire. Subjects include colonialism, religious extremism, aristocracy, monarchies, speciesism, exoticism, genocides, out-of-control capitalism, exotic trophy hunting, propaganda, toxic masculinity, and sexism are present and lampooned. While these elements exist in the world of Dr. Grordbort and ours, sadly, they have no place in the gaming table. So there's a bit of a warning there. Then we've got a forward by the creator, Greg Broadmore, and we've got sort of like that artwork. How the deuce did we get here? The almost entirely human-eccentric timeline from the 1890s to the 1920s. So an alternative past. We'll look at Venus and Earth and the factions, major settlements, the Moon, Robot Planet, and Mars, major settlements. And then beyond, so we've got like Jupiter, Saturn, naughty one. Guess which one the naughty planet is? Neptune and Pluto, and beyond. So essentially, there's an overview of Dr. Grordbort's immediate kind of universe. And here's a guide to traveling the known solar system. Factions and power brokers within the setting, so that includes British Colonial Expeditionary Forces, Church of England, Daggersphere Incorporated, Dr. Grordbort's Industries, other factions, and so on, like the Venetian Freedom Fighters and the Mercenaries, Big Game Hunters, Pirates, and more. Never mind the bollocks, how do we play? So, starts off with malfunctions. Oh, crikey! Me ray gun's gone and exploded. So here we're talking about the differences essentially between this and your standard game of Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, and dealing with magic and other silly superstitions. You're getting the tone of this, I really hope, and including sort of a discussion of phlogiston fueling the future, and then other silly magical concepts converted into scientific seriousness, and other bits and bobs. And then we move on to character creation. Step-by-step process, of course. So, you know, basically planetary condition, ability, skill modifiers, you know, where you were raised, so on, social class, a human invention, but unfortunately true. I look at the different species, so we start off with humans, and Martians, and Moonlings, and we've got commentary here from Dr. Grordbort himself, and that's going to run throughout. And then options for playing robots and Venusians, and then deep space species, i.e. everything else. And then bone up on new DRG skills, and then choosing a class. So, you know, this is sort of like looking at them from a from a different kind of pulp action, science fiction angle. So this is the version of the druid, and we've got the archaeomancer instead of the sorcerer, the auto-monastic instead of the monk, boffin instead of the wizard, dragoon instead of the fighter, immediate or immediate, it's basically the adaptation of the bard, jackanapes or barbarian, you know, even on the field of the cricket field, tripotentiad or warlock. And in each section we've got these adapting sort of like the concepts behind each class to the setting of Dr. Broadbort's universe. Scapegrace, the rogue, tramper, ranger, tub thumper, yeah, okay, paladin. And then we move on to backgrounds. So, for example, like academic and awakened, robots only, expat, competitive engineer, experiments. Scientific adventuring equipment and vehicles. So we move on to guns, gadgets, gizmos, and galactic goodies. So we've already gone through a list of like the general technology types with the malfunction catalogue, and we're going to move on to the light weapons catalogue. And this is where kind of setting comes to its own with these fantastic illustrations. You know, like the Cowmangler 5000. Gentleman's folding rapier. Herbert and Daughter's Inconvenience Driller. The NK Nitro Strappable Shoulder Rocket Launcher. snub-nosed, double-barreled Ray blunderbuss. So you can definitely see the tone they're going for. It's definitely slightly tongue-in-cheek. But yeah, lots of fun with these weapons, and you just know, okay, yeah, I want to use those just because it looks cool. Then we move on to Gadgetronics catalogue. Flip a few pages forward. Armour and headwear catalogue. Section there on fashionable hats. If they don't have a waistcoat section, I'll be seriously disappointed. And then, you know, sensible leatherwear. And the Kawalaki skin tri-play smoking jacket. Sensible outerwear. Space helmet. And Trevithick & Sons courage coat. We've got scientific adventuring gear. Selling things like Lord Coxswain's Courage Porter, 1 pint can. Technomance catalogue. They've got the Chairlord 2200, Omega Z, the Comfortron 800. And my first dirigibility. Heavy machinery and artillery. So, and then we have ground vehicles catalogue. So no image of the heavy artillery. Did a bit disappointing there. But moving on. And of course the infamous Dr. Grordbort Industries Gargantuarium Mark 7. And there we have it in action. Moon Munter 300V Tankette. We've got actually got the artillery catalogue. Rockets catalogue. So Aunt Edna class. Dr. Grordbort's rocket recognition chart. Know your rocketry. Low hard class. Endanger class. Global warmer class. Moon puncher. Yeah, it's okay. The moon puncher class, even right down to an illustration of the you know, top hat wearing moon getting punched in the eye. And then we have airships. Bonzo class. Rocket fighters catalogue. Grordbortian Mastermind GM handbook. So running games in Grordbort's universe, dealing with the chaos, trickery, subject and sensitivity, chord shots, equipment. We're basically just dealing with sort of like the general tone of it. Then we move on to the mechanics with chord shots and equipment hit points, optional rules for explodable fuel. And I'm going, optional rules for explodable fuel. Fuel should explode. The art and science of rescaling, adapting 5th edition concepts to this setting. So it's basically taking the ideas of sort of like the underlying concepts behind Dungeons and Dragons and adapting them to a modern alternative. It's basically Edwardian stroke Jazz Age setting. We've got various locations described with plot hooks and secrets. Unique scientific adventuring gear, including a femme tunic. No idea what that is, but yes, Mrs. Frick's ever so sunny detonator. Contains various different effects, spell-like effects. Philogicinator. Prehistoric blunderbirther. Interplanetary bestiary. So this includes basically it's done by planet. So here we have the Venusian bestiary. So we've got in here. There's quite a long checklist section on the Venusian bestiary. Then we've got the lunar bestiary, including animals with space helmets, such as a switchblade raccoon, grenadier crow, and cave terrors, and Emmentaler disemboweler. Not a slice of cheese at all. Lewis's lunar lizards. Martian bestiary. Such as Cold War's murderous chimera. And Quincy's quick-witted quicksand. Tipwell's tripillary terror. Tripods of various types, because that's what you're going to find on Mars. Dune Masters, Sound Changers, and then we've got a robot bestiary. And then Dramatis Personae. Various Venusians and others. We've got the Cult of the Dark Gods, threat. Humans. We've got the Grordbort himself, and Lord Coxswain. And we move on to the moon, including a section on the Moon Mysteries lingerie. Moonlings. Moonling Force Mace, and that's Martians. Robots. Space life forms from beyond the solar system. And the common NPC types. And we've got the malfunctions table, or given separately in their own booklet. So I shall slip over those. We've got spells index for your biofiddlery and Gadgetronic X, index. So we've got Gadgetronics that can be used to cast it. We've got appendix of Tuppeny equipment. And lastly, the index. And write-ups for the authors. And section on mining the monster manual for Venusifying, Moonifying, and Masterifying monsters. Random types of intel. And then like British Colonial Expeditionary Forces intel, Church of England intel, and so on. Just to sort of like, I think basically this is hooks and so on. So that is Dr. Grordbort's Scientific Adventure Violence, a role-playing game setting of and somewhat compatible with 5th edition and 5th edition. 5.5 edition, as it were. So, published by Exalted Funeral. So, I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you will see me out here with a box containing a book, or in case sort of basically a sly satire on pulp sci-fi sensibilities, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook, and we'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.